So in this project, we'll try to remake Papers, Please. Okay. Um, so first, let's import some assets because I saved some assets for another game that I wanted to make, but I'll do that later after we finish this. One sec. Okay, let's see. We need some tiles first for the terrain. I'm pretty sure there is one here. Yep. Okay. So I'll just drag that into our spreads folder. Let me see, because let's add this as well. These are some characters and some other stuff. Just add everything that we need one by one. And at some point we'll need some other tiles. Because I was thinking that we check the characters that and their identification near the gate of a city. Okay, but right now I don't have all the assets for that, so we'll add that a bit later. Okay, just 1 second and we can start. Okay, I think we have everything we need to start. So the first thing we want to do is create a tile map and draw the tiles on that. So let's do that. 2D object, tile map, and tile maps come with different type of tiles. In this case, we have rectangular tiles. Okay, so this will be we call it ground tile map. And I will make a layer for that. Okay. So below the default, replace the ground. Okay. Now we have the tiles here, but these are in a single image, so we have to split it into multiple images. First of all, this filter mode here, because we're working with pixel art. So what this does here, if it's bilinear, it combines pixels to make the image look smoother. But with pixel art, we want to see every pixel, so we set this to point. And I heard for someone that you don't even need the compression here. I don't know what that is actually, but they said that is not necessary. And we have to split it. I think it's 32 by, actually it's 64 by 64. Now we have the individual tiles. Okay, now we need the tile map. Tile palette, sorry, tile palette. Okay, let's see, 2D tile palette. Okay. Now we drag in our tiles. Save them in the tiles folder. But before we continue, we need to make sure that the pixels per unit here are exactly the length of or the size of the tile. So which is 64. So we have to change that to 64. Okay, now we can add tiles here. Let me see, this one's okay. But as you can see, it is a little bit too zoomed in. So But let me see how that looks. It's a bit zoomed in. So let's go to the camera here, and we'll modify the size to zoom out a little bit. Okay, let's see how that looks. Something like that, I think. We can play with that later. So I'll just make the terrain slightly bigger than the camera. And the reason is on different resolutions, the camera changes, and this way, if it needs to be bigger, it will be bigger. The terrain, I mean. Uh, so I guess something like this. And then we'll have a path where the characters try to enter the city. And for that, we'll need another tile map. So I'll just call this ground tile map 2. Change the order in layer to 1, so this will be above the grass. And now again we go to the tile palette here, and now we can draw that path with the yellow grass. Yes. Now I need to zoom in a bit because I cannot see where the middle is. I think something like that. I think this is okay, something like that. Okay, and now we need to draw the edges of that. Excuse me 1 second because oh, this is okay, sorry for that. So we have this path where the characters will walk, and actually let's zoom in even a little bit more. Zoom out, sorry, zoom out. Sort of something like that. And now we need to modify something in here. Where is it? I cannot find it. Because we want to render these, whatever we put in here, by the Y axis, not the Z axis. I don't know how to do that, unfortunately. Okay, let me search that real quick. Unity. Okay, let me see this real quick. So there is an object in here somewhere. Let me see. There is an object in here somewhere. Yes, here it is. Okay. So we have to change this. Oh, it is already set to that, apparently. Yep, it is already set to the correct value. Okay. So then we can start now. We need the characters, of course. But first, we need the game manager to spawn those randomly, those characters. So let's do that first. I'll just call this game manager. Okay. And let's find some sprites for our first character. We'll start with this guy here. So we just need idle and run, idle and run animations. So let's create a 2D sprite. And these characters will be in the default layer, so above that ground layer. This will be mask build. Call it exactly how it is. So we need idle first. We have to split it into multiple sprites. Seems to be 32 by 32. Yep. Okay. And then the run animation, the same. 32 by 32. Let's add one sprite here to our sprite renderer, so we can see the player. Also, we need to change the size of this from pixels per unit 100 to 32. Let's zoom in and see how that looks. That looks okay, I think. Maybe a little bit bigger, like 30% bigger. So this guy here just needs um, an animator. Okay, so let's add that. We need animator controller to manage the animations. And we can add it to our animator component and create our animations for this guy. So for the start, we'll just make one guy and we'll just so the scripts will work, and we'll add more later. As this creating characters takes time. So we'll call this the exact name of the object, so mask dude, and then we put this idle at the end, because by script, when we update this, oh, actually now I'm looking at this, and yeah, we don't really need to worry about the name because we'll use parameters to transition. So this is the idle one. We'll go to that and copy the frames. Okay, looks good. Now the other one. Okay. Okay, now with that we have these. We can go to our animator here. We have these two. We'll just make a bool here is running. Make transitions from one to another. By default title, of course. Now the condition is if it's running is true, it goes to running, and if it is false, it goes back to idle. Okay. This guy needs a script. Okay. Let's see. I don't know how to call this script. Actually, that's the issue. Okay. Let's just call it. Let's call it character like that. Hope I wrote that correctly. Now we'll add this, and this will hold all the information about this guy here. Thank you. 1 second, I don't know what's happening. Okay. Uh, okay. Let's add the script to our character again. Now we have to think about what properties this guy should have. So I did not play the Paper Please, the original game, so I'm not sure how they do it in the game. But let's think about it. So we need how do you call this? A birth date, right? Uh, okay, so let's make a struct for that. Birth, how do you call it? Birth date or birthday? Let me see. Birth, birth date or birthday? What is birthday? Because birthday is one thing, yeah, but we need a birth date. Because I think there's a difference between these two terms. Yes, it's a birth date, not birthday. Birthday. Uh, Actually, let's just call it date. And for this, we need a couple of things. So we have the year, the month, and the day, of course. And now we can say we have a. But I'm looking at this, and let's see how do we see this in the inspector, because we want to see this in the inspector. So let's see, Unity, C struct, but maybe we don't set it in the inspector. Let's see. So just serializable. Okay, I see. So we have birth date. Then we have a gender, which we'll use an int for that. So or a bool. I don't know, a bool. Let's say gender male. So that way, if it's false, we know it's female. Let's see what else. Oh, and also these need to be public because we need to access them from the game manager, because we need to verify if these are correct or not. These uh, oh, so you see now we have an issue with this because we're trying to make this public, but when we declare this here, when we created the struct, all of these are private, so we have to say public on all of these actually, even the properties inside. Okay. So birth date, gender, we need a country of origin, so we'll just say string country, and gender, let's just call it gender. So we have birth date, gender, country, what else? Let's see. Oh, of course, expiration. So the identification should have a expiration date. So just say date expiration date. Let me see if I use that term correctly. Expiration. I call that correctly. And then also this guy should have I was thinking that the characters that go to when we these characters also have to declare items that they have, and we can then check the bag and see if they declared correctly the items. Uh, but I'm thinking, how do we do this? Do we make just okay? Let's try first to make some UI for this before we add the ability to declare and verify items. Let's make a canvas here. Uh, we'll set it here from to scale with screen size so that it stretches to different resolutions. Okay. Now also let's create an empty object here for the game manager. Um, now it's time to create that UI. So I'll just make a panel here. Go to the UI. Now this will stretch with the screen size, but we don't need this image. I'll just remove that. We call this inspector UI. Here we inspect the ID of that character. So I was thinking that we have and wait one second, because I need to resize this a little bit. This should not cover the whole screen. So instead I'll change this here so that it does not stretch, and now we can resize it. So something like that. Now I think we have some assets for that. Let me see. Yes, this one. You see, we have this stuff. Okay, let's try to use this for the UI. We have actually some options. What color? I like this one. I don't know actually. Let me check my assets here. Let's see. UI might have something here. Pixel art icon pack. Oh, also, I have an asset pack here for items. So, this is for the items that the characters carry. Yeah, I have this one, it's very big, thousands of items. And when we spawn these, we'll spawn these characters from the game manager, and these properties, so the birthday, gender, country, and so on, these will be randomly generated to either be correct or and I was thinking um, maybe at the beginning these characters can have multiple mistakes in their ID, and later in the game, to make it harder, we'll just have one mistake, so it's harder to detect. Uh, and I think for the items, we don't we just have an array with the IDs of those items. Okay, so it will just be a list with the IDs. So we'll have an array with items in the game manager, and then these characters will have an array with the IDs of those items. And then when we load the UI to see the bag, then we can spawn those from using that array that has the indexes. Unfortunately, this I think will take some time, so I'll just stop the recording 1 second and we'll return.